Okay. So I have my weights set up here. They're off to the side right now. I'm going to use them throughout as we get going. And then let me change the view on this so I can see myself better. There we go. There I can see what's going on and I'm not in a little box in the corner. So we're going to go ahead and warm up. And then the sets, like I said, are going to be long. You're going to be triples. So 3 times in a row on the same movement or similar movement, working the same area of the body, whether it's like the legs, the chest, or something like that. So again, warming up, go ahead and jog in place. Few more seconds, a little tiny bit. Feet wider than shoulder width apart. We're gonna go ahead and get down in a squat. We're gonna hold it for about 20 seconds just to kind of get the muscle comfortable. You're gonna be doing squats. You always do squats in this class. But again, we're just kind of warming up those muscles a little bit. Got another 5 seconds or so. Stand up. We're going to go ahead and stretch the legs. So grab the right toe with the right hand. Pull that heel all the way to the butt if you can. Balance if you need to. Grab a hold of something. Other side. The balance isn't as good as my right side. Stand up nice and tall. Stretching that leg out. It's going to get a little bit of workout. Feet about shoulder width apart, twisting only the upper body. So keep your hips forward. Don't let your entire body twist like you're doing a hula or anything like that. Looking to only twist the upper body. Hands about middle of the chest. And just twisting side to side. Opening up that chest area and that ab. So there are no breaks, but there are breaks. So the only rests in this are the 20-second rests between the work sets. There's no do the moves for like the 3 sets and then take a minute off and then do the next group and then take a minute off. Their only rests are the 20-second rests. So that's where you get kind of your cardio about in there. Go ahead, arms out and in, that kind of chest cross body slaps. Remember, don't smack yourself, but really pulling back through the backs of the shoulders. So if you need a break, grab some water or anything like that, make sure you take it. The work sets are 1 minute, 20 seconds, and the offset is 20 seconds only. So that's why it's a little bit more intense. That's why it's gonna hurt a little bit. Shoulder rolls backwards. Shoulder rolls forward. Great. If you have your weights or if you have books or whatever you're going to use for your weight, if you have weights, that's better that you can do it. You're going to do what are called high heel squats. So you're going to take your weights and you're going to put them so that your feet are going to be about shoulder width apart because your heels are going to be on the weight or on the books. So your heels are going to be elevated, almost like wearing a pair of high heels. And then your toes are going to be on the ground. We're going to squat that way for the first 3 rounds of the squats today. So they're a little bit different. So go ahead and set your weights or books or something, even if it's pillows, something so that your feet are elevated, your heels are elevated. So your heels are elevated. You still want them about shoulder width apart. Really slightly. There we go. Maybe slightly off, just so that it's comfortable. Because then when you sit back, you're going to push your glutes back and try and screw these over your toes. So 1 minute 20 of work, 20 seconds of rest, 3 rounds of this, and after that we go into upper body, which is push-ups. I remember there's no rests at all. Okay, ready? Here we go. Go! So when you sit down or when you squat down, really concentrate on keeping the chest up and pushing back through the glutes. You're gonna feel these a little bit differently than you do regular squats. And make sure that your knees stay over your toes. Don't let them go out way in front. It's almost like there's a wall in front of you. A good way to practice these is to do them right in front of a wall because then you can't lean forward. The wall's in the way. So elbows to knees if you can. Really sitting back into the squat. And again, it's not a race. It's going whatever's comfortable speed for you. trying to get down to that 90-degree angle if you can. And again, keeping that chest nice and tall. Squeeze the glutes as you come up. So sit down and squat up. 18 seconds to go. This would be like if you were doing a front squat, so you have the weight like right here in front of you and you push back. That's why we change it slightly. Take a 20-second break. If you want to work the inner thigh just a tiny bit, then still keep your heels up, but point your toes out just a hair, or you can keep them straight, whichever works for you. And it becomes a little bit of a plie squat. 2, 1, second time, go. So elbows to knees. Try and get those legs down to 90 degrees. So really get down almost to the point where your butt comes down to where your knees are. And then push back up. Squeezing and breathing. 3 sets of these. So just by changing the angle of your feet, by elevating your heels up, you can tell we're working the glute muscle a little differently. And a little bit of calf, just a tiny bit. 30 seconds. Really clamp down, make sure your knees stay behind your toe. That third round is going to be the most difficult round because that muscle's starting to get fatigued, which is what we want. Because the work begins when the muscle gets tired. "20-second break. One more round of those. During this next round, I'm going to explain the push-ups to you because that's what we're going to next. And we're doing push-ups 3 different ways. Remember, take water if you need it, take a break if you need it. Ready? Round 3. So during this work set, I'm going to explain the push-ups to you. The first round is going to be regular push-ups. So chest all the way down to the ground. I would suggest doing them on your knees because you're going to be doing 3 rounds. So chest all the way down to the ground and then coming up. Remember when we do push-ups, we want our thighs to hit first, then our belly, then our chest. So that we're not doing shoulder push-ups. Shoulders are at the end today. The second set of push-ups you're going to do is going to be what's called an offset push-up. So your right hand is going to be, or your left hand is going to be in the normal push-up position, right at your shoulder. And then your right hand is going to be back at about your waist. So your hand's going to be in an offset position. So it works the tricep of one arm and the chest and bicep of the other. And then for the third round, we'll just switch. And I'll explain it again when we get there. But when it beeps, when I tell you that it's time, you're only going to have 20 seconds to get down to the floor for your push-ups. You got to move your weights out of the way. Or your books or whatever you're using. 3, 2, 1. You got 20 seconds. Move them out of the way. You'll need them again. Push-ups on your knees, on your toes. First round is chest to ground, regular push-ups. That's a long 20 seconds. Here we go. So all the way up, all the way down. Shoulders, wrists kind of in line with one another. If you want to work the tricep a little bit more, the back of the arm, then instead of the elbows going out when you come down, bring the elbows back. And that'll require you bringing your hands in a little bit closer. See what pace that you can do. Take a break if you need it. Keep breathing. Almost there. See, I told you. Now this is the first round of offset. So the left hand's gonna be right where it was. Right hand is gonna come back so that when you come down, it basically is right at your rib cage. These, you may have to adjust your hands out a little bit. You got a minute 20, so you got lots of time to work on it. Go. So what you're gonna notice on these is the left arm, keep going. The left arm is gonna have a little bit more shoulder and bicep work to it, whereas the right arm is gonna have a little bit more tricep work to it. And they're both working the chest. So we're working the pec, the chest muscle, on the top of the left side, and more to the middle and side on the right side. So again, getting a little shoulder in there, little bicep, little tricep. If it bothers your wrist, take a break. Try and get the chest down to the ground. And then push them straight up. Almost there. Switch sides. I like the floor. Switch again. So now the right arm out where the normal push-up would be, so go ahead and set that. Left hand back so that it comes right up in line with that side. Again, adjust your arms out as you need to. Then I'll explain what we're doing next. As we're doing these, take your mind off of what you're doing. So next we're standing up and we're going back to lunges. So back to legs. We're gonna let the left leg stay planted and we're gonna do step on the right leg. So for the first round, we're gonna be in a semi-squatted position and we're gonna step back with the right leg and just tap the toe while staying squatted down. Second round, we're gonna do a single leg deadlift on the right side and on the left side, so that it works the left leg. Back of the left leg, and then we're gonna do a left leg kickback. So we're gonna work the left leg. Oh, these are starting to hurt. Shoulder doesn't like these. That's okay though, because we're almost there. Ugh. Keep breathing. Up, see? 20 seconds, stand up. First round, left leg planted. You're gonna be down in a semi-squatted position, so almost like you're gonna get ready to run. Right leg's gonna start here, tap in the back, and come forward. You're gonna stay down. So that left leg is gonna start to quiver. So get down in that squatted position, and just tap that leg forward and backwards. This leg is holding all your weight. So that right leg is just moving, tapping the toe back, tapping the toe up, and that left leg is getting very angry. The lower you squat down, the more it engages that glute that we just worked, as well as that quad on the front, right? So the next exercise after this is a single leg deadlift on the left. So you'll need to grab one of your weights. Your left leg is gonna stay planted. You're gonna hold your weight in front of you. Your right leg's gonna come up off the ground, or just the toe basically. It's gonna be touching the ground. And then you're gonna bend forward until you feel the stretch in the back of the leg, the hamstring. And then you're gonna come straight up. 8 seconds. That poor little left leg should be screaming by now. Grab your weight. You just need one. Go ahead and put it in your left hand. You're gonna bend that knee slightly. You're gonna have that right toe on the ground. Trying not to put a lot of weight on it. You're gonna bend straight forward until you feel it pull on the back of your left leg. So keeping that knee almost straight. Bend down until you feel it start to pull on the back of the leg. The weight goes straight up and down. It doesn't go forward and backwards. And a way to make sure that you're actually close enough is stick your thumb out. Let it draw all the way down your leg. And then come back up. So it's drawing down the leg, coming back up. The reason we don't want a lot of weight on the right leg is we want the left leg to do the work. If you can, and still keep your balance, you can lift your right leg completely off the ground. And then it requires the left leg to stabilize a little bit. But unless you're really familiar with deadlifts, I suggest just keeping the right toe on the ground. Again, a slight bend in the left knee. Let that thumb trace up and down your leg. And feel the pull in the back of the leg, between the back of the knee and the butt. So we work the front of the leg, we're working the back of the leg, and then we're gonna work the leg and glute connection next. Don't need your weight, go ahead and set it in front of you, or off to the side. Left leg's gonna do the work, but the right leg's gonna hold you up. Put all your weight on your right foot. You're gonna stand up nice and tall. You're gonna lead with your heel, and you're gonna kick your leg straight back, like what we were doing on the floor before. It was last week. So here, kick that leg straight back, touch the toe. Straight back, touch the toe. Keep the chest up nice and tall. Lead with the heel. So keep the foot flat. Don't point the toe. Don't go back and point the toe back. I don't want that. So lead with your heel. Your heel should be all the way kicking straight back with the heel. Try not to bend the knee. Don't walk it out straight, but don't bend it and try and kick your butt, right? So don't do that. Pull back. Like you've seen in the gym before or on TV or whatever. They've got the little weight around their ankle or the strap and they're pulling back. We're going back to upper body next, which means we're going to bicep curls. 1 round of full, 1 round of bottom only, and 1 round of top to bottom, or top to middle. So the left leg is working, the right leg's working a little bit too. 8 seconds. You've got 20 seconds to get your weights. Grab some water if you need it. 20 seconds, grab your weights. Now get some water. Full range first, so that warms up the top and bottom of the bicep. They can be hammer, which is your palms facing in, or traditional palms facing out, doesn't matter. Roll the shoulders back. Here we go. All the way up, all the way down. Arms nice and close to the sides. And control it on the way down. So come up, and then take slightly longer to go down. So maybe up in 1.5, and down in 3. Full range. You want to work the tricep a little, give it that little extra push at the bottom. So come all the way down, and maybe kick them back just a tiny bit. But don't cave in. Keep the chest nice and tall. Bottom half is next. So that means you'll go from the bottom and only come up to 90 degrees. Keep breathing. insert the big timer so I can see it. I don't think we have one. So you got a quick break. So the next set is gonna start at the bottom down here. It's only gonna come up to 90 degrees and then go straight back down. If it gets heavy doing this, which it might, alternate them. Because a minute 20 on just that one particular portion of the bicep starts to hurt a little. Rules still stay the same. Arms nice and close to the sides. Only come up to the 90 degree and then back down. So just up to 90 and then back down. Fight it on the way down. If it's too heavy with both the weights, drop one of the weights and only do one. Just do it in the center. You should be feeling, keep going. You should be feeling it just right in this section only. So right basically from the edge of the elbow, only up to halfway of the bicep, because we're only letting the bicep come up halfway. We're gonna do the other half next. So concentrate on where you're supposed to be feeling it. Keep your arms nice and close to the sides. You're gonna feel this one tomorrow and the next day, right at the elbow joint. Not very many people concentrate on the bottom half of the bicep. Because I'm starting to feel it now, which means this is gonna be a mother on what is it today? Thursday, on Saturday. 20 seconds. I got to write it down for a second. My hands are sweaty. So the next set, same idea, shoulder down to middle. These might be a little bit harder because the top of the bicep and the bicep is starting to fatigue. So you might need to alternate them. So we start at the shoulders, come down to halfway, back up to the shoulders. What's gonna wanna happen here is your body's gonna wanna try and help. So you're gonna try and do this. Don't do that. Breathe. These hurt a little bit more. After this, we're going back to that leg set, but we're gonna do it on the other side. So you're gonna start with the right leg planted and tap the left. Then we'll do that single deadlift on the right leg. So the left leg will just be the toes, so you'll need to have your weight for that. And then we'll do that kick back on the right side, where the left leg is planted and the right leg kicks back to the heel. Then we got some shoulders and some abs, and we're done. They're starting to get heavy. Keep breathing. Legs are next. The arms will get a break. Push through. Oh, see? Weights off to the side, but remember you're gonna need the grappling. Right leg is gonna do the work. So set that right leg where it's gonna be. Gonna get it down in that half squatted position. Left toe's gonna tap forwards and backwards. Keeping the chest up as tall as you can. Go. So down here, taps back, and just keeps coming in. Keep breathing, stay low. The lower you get, the more it works that leg. Working a little bit on balance. When I like to make these more difficult, I make people stand on a little boasty ball or stand on a little wobbly disc so that then they have to balance a little bit and it activates the leg even more. You could even do it if you wanted to do something like that by standing on a blanket that's all just bunched up, or a couch pillow, like the throw pillow type things. Just something that's not super squishy so that your foot actually sits into it. But something that requires your balance a little bit. 20 seconds. Oh, that leg's starting to burn a little bit. Keep breathing. Stay up nice and tall. Deadlift. Grab that weight. Right leg is planted. Remember, we're gonna stick our thumb out. Left toe on the floor. Bend the knee slightly. Lean forward, let the thumb track all the way down and come all the way back up. Feel it in the back of the leg. So it might take a couple as you first go down and go, wait a minute, where am I supposed to feel it again? You should be pulling through the back of the leg. Again, all the weight's on the right leg. Your left toe is nearly a tripod. It's just kind of helping you for balance. And again, if you're really comfortable and understand how the deadlift works, because you're hinging only at the hip, then allow the foot to come off the ground completely. And down and up. But again, since it's the first time we've done them, I say keep your foot on the ground. Bend that right knee slightly. And let that thumb go up and down the leg. As you come up, pull through the back of the leg. Remember, concentrate on the muscle that's supposed to be doing the work. Because your body is this great companion. And it likes to help. So the other muscles like to go, that's okay, I got it. I'll help you. There you go. Go the way down, kick back with the right leg, plant the left foot. Right leg goes back, lead with the heel, kicking straight back, not trying to kick your butt. Ready? Go. So straight back. It's up to you if you want to tap the toe at the front. If you don't, it just requires the left leg to work a little bit more because it's got to hold your balance. Feel that connection between the butt and the leg, the butt and the thigh. We call that your foot. And there's supposed to be a separation there. They're not supposed to run into each other. Keep breathing. Shoulder presses are next. Shoulder presses are 3 rounds. And I'm gonna only use one weight because it's 3 rounds, 1 straight up and down, 1 off to the right, and 1 off to the left. So that's a lot of work on the shoulder. So you only need 1 weight. If your weights are light, you can use both of them, just you're gonna hold them together. Two rounds to go, shoulders and crunches. So go ahead and grab that weight. Holding it on the sides if you've got a book bag or something like that, or a book, still holding it in the center. Plant the feet about shoulder width apart, bend the knees slightly. This just goes straight up, straight down. When it comes down, comes to the chest. Here we go. So just straight up, straight down to the chest. Actually letting it come down to the chest and not stopping like halfway. So not stopping with the weight of the forehead. Bring the thumbs all the way down to the top of the chest. So that again, it warms up that shoulder and gives it that full range of motion. Because the next set is going to be the same move, but when you go up, you're going to go off to the right. And then the third set, when you go up, you're going to go off to the left. If the weight gets too heavy, drop it and still do the move for a little bit. And then either pick the weight back up or grab something lighter. Squeeze the belly. We're warming up the belly. Making sure the lower back is supported. Again, your feet, however they're comfortable, slight bend in the knee. Working the top of the shoulder and the top of the back. Still breathing. Take a quick shoulder roll. Loosen them out. This time when you come up, go off to the right and come back down. So it almost comes down to the left shoulder and then goes off in an arc and then comes back down because we're gonna get the outside of the shoulder as well. Again, these are a little bit hard just because they start to hurt a little bit. So start it on the left shoulder, up over the head to the right, and then back down. So kind of over the head, drawing a half a C, and come back down. You'll notice when you go up, we're stretching this entire side of the body as well. So up, and then back down. You can actually see my body going from side to side, right? And the outside of that right shoulder is starting to talk to me already. Keep breathing. Should be feeling it on the outside of the right shoulder and this part of the lower back, or the side of the left back. I gotta start doing shoulders earlier in the workout. Save until the end. Man, if you're doing that. Woo! Take a break. Roll them out for a second. Same thing. Left shoulder, so it's gonna start on the right side. It's gonna go up and kind of overhead to the other side. It's gonna pull this side of the body, outside of the left shoulder, back portion of the back shoulder, of the right shoulder. Here we go. So right shoulder, overhead, back down. Crunches are next. Last exercise will be on the floor. And the crunches are really simple. Straight crunches for the first round. Crunches from the right toe, or right hand to the left toe for the second round. Actually, let's do elbow to knee. We'll do right elbow to left knee for the second round. And then we'll do left knee to right elbow. Just to be different. Oh. Reaching so far, go for my toes, almost fall over. Take a break, get you two, get close. Oh, my goodness. Down on the ground, 20 seconds to get there. Last exercise. First round, regular crunches. Heels on the ground, toes up, so you're not using your hips. Hands behind the head, looking at the ceiling, or you can lift your hands straight down. Remember, you're lifting, not rolling up. Go. So it should be a lift and a lift. Squeeze, and then come back down. Head should never see your knees. I put my hand behind one hand behind my head, just so it helps support my neck. And I do about 5 and switch sides. You can put the free hand up to the ceiling, so it reminds you to lift and push the ceiling away. Lift, shoulders up off the ground. For the next round, we're going to do right elbow to left knee. The legs are going to be straight because we want to work on that lower ab. And we're going to do that by having the legs straight and then pull in to meet the knee. And the elbow right over the belly button. And I lost count on that one. Just a couple extra on that side. So straight legs, right hand behind the head, elbow and knee are going to come up and meet in the middle of the body. So almost like you're going to try and drive your knee up into your face. Don't drive your knee into your face. Right leg stays straight. Pull all the way up, all the way back down. Pull all the way up, all the way back down. So aim to get the knee and elbow to meet. If you want to work the lower belly, keep going. Pull the knee up first, and then bring the upper body to match, because the upper abs are stronger, so they're going to want to pull you up. But if you want to work this part, the coochie part, then pull the knee in, and then bring the upper body to the meet. If you need assistance, grab your thigh and pull it in. Exhale when you come up. You should be feeling it across the belly. A little bit on the bottom. You can grab that thigh if you need to. 18 seconds. Then we got to do the same thing on the other side. So 20-second break, other side. Left leg stays straight. Right knee comes up. Elbow goes to the knee. Last round. Remember, grab the thigh if you need to. It starts to burn a little bit. Here we go. Make sure you exhale when you come up. 45 seconds to go. Oh, these are starting to hurt. Those poor little abbies. Toes to one wall. Hands up overhead. Give a nice stretch. Those core abs feel it. Really reach, reach, reach. Drop the right arm down. A little lift up higher to the left. So almost like you're doing on a little teapot over one side. Drop the left arm down, reach the right arm back up. On the little teapot to the other side. Roll on nice and slow so you don't get dizzy. Bend the right foot in, left foot out, reach for your toes. This is where you can see I have zero flexibility, which is why I don't teach yoga. Because I can barely reach my toes. Other side. Right leg straight, left leg bent in. Reach for those toes. Need to wait for all the gyms to open again so I can take yoga. That's the problem. I haven't taken yoga in a while. Stretching the quads a little bit. Take that right toe or right leg back behind you. Left leg straight, lean back. The further you lean back, the more it stretches. Other side. Twist the left leg around. Lean back. Admire that nice, fabulous quad muscle right there. You're like, wow, look at that. Cycling muscle right there. Misses the bike. Stand up very carefully so you don't get dizzy. So kind of roll yourself back up. Arms back around behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Right arm across the body. Give the shoulder a little drop. So a little wiggle, it'll drop into place. Give it a nice pull. Other side, same thing. Left arm in front. Give it a little wiggle so it drops into place. And hands in front of you. Cave the chest in, push to the top of the back of the shoulders. Try and bring the arms up overhead. Pull the shoulders back a little bit. Oh, there you go. Yay! Good job.
That was, yeah, okay.
So you'll notice with me what I do is I build it up. So about every third workout, things will get difficult and then it drops back down again and then it goes back up. It kind of comes back down. I make them fluctuate so that it's not always hard and it's not always easy. So there's probably about every 2 or 3 workouts, it gets a little bit more intense and then it backs off again.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I can do this. Squats, I was fine. When we got to the shoulders, I was like, okay, let's rotate.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like when I'm in class and I can see people are having difficulty with something like that, then I'll offer, ways to adjust it and stuff like that. But it's definitely one of those things. It's working that muscle group, even though it wasn't the exact same muscle, it's still in that muscle group. So things start to get a little tired. Right? Yeah. That's what changes the muscles when it gets tired. It doesn't work until it gets tired. Yeah. Because up until that point, it's doing its job. It's like, oh, this is no big deal. It's just the work actually begins once the muscle gets fatigued. So we got to fatigue it first and then throw it at it. So that's why the first round is usually just getting the muscle a little unhappy. And then after that, it starts to do more and more work.
Oh yeah, mine were working.
Fabulous. I will see you next week, my dear.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.